It is cold up here in Massachusetts, and I can't wait to get out of here. I'll get back with you here in just a bit. What is going on, everybody? Cornbread Trucker here, coming to you from the Pride and Best here in Chicopee, Massachusetts. Man, it's been a crazy last few days. So last week I did a video. I had turned down at that point a couple of loads. Had one going to, I think it was DePaul, Minnesota. I mentioned the pay rate. I did not mention, you know, that the weather was a big factor in not going on that load. I mean, it did not pay good, but you know, it was already snowing up there at that point, and there was weather, you know, that bigger storm coming in, and based off of the weather reports and stuff, I am glad I did not do that load. They had offered a load to Stockton. I ended up turning that one down. It did not pay good. And you know, I've just been hearing about a lot of people doing deadheading back over the Texas, Colorado, you know, so just didn't want to take that chance. I mean, I knew I could have possibly maybe got a good paying FedEx load coming out of there, but there's no guarantees on that, or at least for me at that point. Later on, they offered another load going to St. Cloud. Again, was not a good paying load, and back up to Minnesota just wasn't going to work. So what I ended up doing was a repower that for a gentleman who picked up a load out of Liberal, Kansas, and National Beef didn't get him loaded in time, so it was a Walmart load. So I ended up repowering him. He just didn't, his 10-hour clock wasn't going to afford him to get there. Being a Walmart load, they didn't want to reschedule that. So I took that. In return for doing that, it ended up with a really good paying load that brought me up here to the Northeast. And that worked out really well. You know, had a little bit of bad weather that I ran through, but really has not been bad. It is cold. But I have missed, you know, really anything bad. So I got that load off on Thursday. And took a while for him to dispatch another load, so I knew that there probably wasn't a lot up here for us. And the load was to pick up the next morning, and it was a load just running up to Vermont to St. Albans. So if you've been up that way, you kind of know what you're going to be picking up over there. There's really a couple of options that I know of, just a couple, but it paid real good. It was a really good paying load just to run. I mean, what was it, like 220 miles? You know, and it paid well over $1,000. So, you know, for 220 miles, that at least, what I figured was I was going to be deadheading up there to pick up a load. So, to be honest, that was great, you know. So went to pick up the load, ended up with an issue with the trailer, was not able to load it, was not able to get another trailer. Was hoping to maybe drop it somewhere where it could get repaired and pick up an empty and get back there and pick up that load. What they ended up doing was, and this was a mistake on road assist. He was extremely busy, and maybe it was the best option at the time, but sent me over to a TA ran me about 35 miles to get over there. And I got there and waited. They did get me in pretty quick, considering what it could have been. But then once they took a look at it, they were like, wasn't going to be able to repair it there, needed to go to a trailer shop. So, which I really don't understand why they could not. I just think they just didn't want to do it, is what it really boiled down to. So, ended up waiting again quite some time for road assist to figure out what to do. We ended up finding a little repair shop back here in Springfield area, Springfield, Mass. So I was just there. So we came back over here, or I came back over here. Didn't take too long to get the trailer repaired. Like I said, I don't know why the TA didn't want to do it. It wasn't really that big of a deal. Just a little, I don't know what they call it, but the little, I'm gonna call it vinyl along the side of the trailer down by the floor. A lot of times you'll see they have it like a little section there that that's been siliconed across the top. You know, they basically, they don't rivet. They should put rivets into it, but I guess maybe they don't want to just be tearing up the wall of the trailer when the rivets get pulled out. But it had came loose, came off, and the 01 didn't want to load it that way, didn't want to push it back up, and that's fine. It needed to be repaired. So ended up getting it repaired. Didn't take too long once we got a place to fix it, but in the meantime was not able to get that load. They had to take that load off of me, and I don't know if they ended up canceling the load or if they got somebody else to run it. So I lost out on that. So the load that got away, and that really sucks, because I would have been up there, would have dropped that load last night, probably would have already picked up a load or been picking one up this morning, would have already been on my way. Instead, I got dispatched on a load that I'm getting ready to go pick up, and it's supposed to be, you know, it says spot trailer, but nobody can tell me whether the load is ready, and according to the notes, you cannot be there early, you cannot park there. So if I got up there and the trailer wasn't loaded, then I've got to run over to a truck stop that, you know, there's not many truck stops over that way. It's weekend, I don't know if it's full. It just brings up a lot of issues, so I'm just going to wait here so that I can arrive there about drop dead time, about 1500, and we'll go from there. But I'd really rather just get it picked up, get going, because again, when you pick it up that late, then you're, you know, I mean, I could either go and park or try and find a place to park, which no guarantee, and then start running tomorrow, or run the night, which that's what it looks like it's going to be till I finally just get tired and find a place to park. I think once I get back over to the Pennsylvania area, it's not going to be that, you know, I'll find a place to park over there. It's just this stuff up here in the Northeast. I mean, will I find a spot? Pretty good. I mean, there's a chance, yes. Like this place here, you know, I got a place in here last night, so there's always a possibility of finding a place to park and getting a good night's rest. But yeah, that sucks for me. I really wanted that load, but that's the load that got away, because I had to get a prime trailer repaired. But it wouldn't matter if it was a prime trailer, my own trailer, whatever. Sometimes, you know, things like that happen. I know at the 01, I seen it kind of had started to buckle, but it hadn't came off. I know that I felt them come onto the trailer 2 or 3 times, and I don't know if when they did that they bumped it and it just went ahead. Like I said, they just use, you know, silicone and adhesive to kind of hold it up there, and it was already kind of peeling back as it was. So and whenever I pulled the trailer out, it was 3/4 of it was laying over on its side. So it's all right. We took it, got it fixed. That's trucking. People, if you're new, thinking about coming in this industry, I mean, there are things that set you back, and basically what was a good paying load coming up here has really turned out not to be such a good deal because of all the time that I've wasted just trying to get loaded and get out of here. And when you get up here in the Northeast, for my experience up here, a lot of the loads coming out do not pay good. I was really surprised with that load going up to Vermont, 220 miles, over $1,000. That was a good paying load for a day run, which wasn't even a day run. Like I said, I could have got loaded, got up there. Don't know if they would have allowed me to deliver early. I don't remember what the note said, but had I been able to deliver it early and pick up a load to get out of there, man, that would have been great. But is what it is. So you got to be prepared for that. Not every day out here is rosy. I promise you that. There are good days. There are days where you're rolling in some money, but that money can get ate up real quick. So it's always wise, when you're making that money, put that money back, hold on to it. Not saying that you can't enjoy your life, but you set yourself, maybe, I'm not trying to tell you how to do your finances, but don't set yourself up to a high cost of living and then find out real fast that there's things that happen out here on the road that eats up all your money. Save on to it, hold on to it, build up some reserves, and then you can adjust a lifestyle that suits you better. But definitely get that money put back first. If you come into the industry and you got money, that's great. Maybe you don't have to make some of those decisions to hold on to as much money starting off. But if you come into this business without a lot of money, specifically if you're going lease, going company, you're getting paid so much a mile. Company's going to take care of the truck. If it breaks down, they're paying the fuel. You just got to feed yourself out on the road. Whatever else you may want, take care of your bills at home. But lease operators, owner operators, just definitely want to hold on to that money, get some money put back. If you're with Prime, maybe put some money in the e-fund. You could put it in your own business account and hold it there. I put mine in the e-fund. It's just easier to basically transfer money when I need to pay for things through Prime. A lot of times if there's a repair being done on the truck, we just charge it through Prime, and then I could transfer money out of my e-fund. Sometimes Prime will do like payments, depending. As a standard lease, it's probably easier. I don't know what it's like if you're doing a lease purchase. I recall that they'll still do, like set up payment options and stuff. But I'm not 100% on that. I need to actually speak to someone about that. So don't assume that if you're doing a lease purchase that they're not just going to automatically want that money and take it out of your e-fund, or I really can't say for certain on that one. But anyways, you just got to be prepared, save on to that money. But other than that, guys, really doing good. I've been blessed that I haven't been really in any of the bad weather. I hate coming up to the Northeast in the wintertime. I hate going to the north in the wintertime. But I've never been a big fan. There's some beautiful country out here, but I've just never been a big fan. I lived at one time just over in Florham Park, New Jersey. And you know, went into the city quite often in the New York City for meetings, budget meetings and things. And I don't miss this part of the country at all. And really happy to get away from here. There's times I feel like not running anything up here at all, but you know, I try to work with Prime on that. They have contracts. There's a lot of business coming up here, and all in all, I want Prime to be a healthy company. If Prime is healthy, then generally I should be healthy. We all should be healthy. Prime has, you know, this time with the economy the way it is and this time of year, you know, things are tough. But you know, I'll be honest, I'm grateful to be working for Prime right now. And I think they're a good company to kind of weather this kind of economy. And you know, but we have to kind of, you know, work with them too. And so I'll run up here. You know, maybe if freight was really good, maybe I would turn down more loads coming up here. But it is what it is, and right now I don't want to turn down, especially a good paying load coming up this way. It just didn't work out that I got turned around and got out of here as fast as I wanted to be this time. So got to take the good with the bad. Sometimes the good loads are going to get away. So anyways, that's all I've got. Hope everybody stays safe, keep paying it forward, and we'll talk to you soon. You guys have a good one.